Well, welcome everyone to the Mailbox Power Monday Mastermind call. And this is where we all learn from each other. This is not the Mike and Brenda show. And as you can see, Mike's not with me today. That's because the grandkids are upstairs. So he's taking care of them, and I'm here to help take care of you guys and help you out. But it really is about a rising tide that lifts all ships. And I have learned from all of you greatly, and um it's as much a benefit to you as it is to Mike and I to have these calls. So Mondays are your chance to bring up challenges, issues, we talk about wins, and there have been a few people that said, well, where can I learn how to grow my Mailbox Power business? And they've been on the Monday call. I'm like, the Monday call is the place for that. So if you have questions, if you're watching this recording and you're new, and you've got a lot of questions and you just need help building your business, that's what this mastermind is for, so that it's not just one head helping you or one brain. It is a bunch of brains. Like this morning, we have 10 of us on. So sometimes we have as many as 20. But it's your chance to learn from each other. And we always like to start the week with wins, because we always like to start the week on a high note. So are there any wins that anybody would like to share? Is that you, Alan, raising your hand? You're muted. There you go.
So excited, and I'm on my way to the beach, but she hasn't signed up yet, but she has a card from me that went to somebody else, and I believe it was this card, if you can see it.
Nice.
Oh,
that's really nice. Where'd that one come from?
This came from our landing page email.
Nice. And you built it?
I just took little screenshots and built an automation.
Awesome.
I do not know how the woman got the card in her hand, because she is not in my database, but she was at a meeting of colleagues of hers, her team members, and somebody handed her this card and she called me. I sent her a link to add to the database. She did that. She provided her birthday. I've given her the link for the special 3-month pricing, and dang it, the process works.
Awesome. I love to hear that. I have learned, and Andrea will tell you this, she's not on this morning, but Andrea and I have learned, because I get excited about things like that, Alan, and I don't count my chickens until they hatch. In other words, until the account is signed up. So what I would love to do before we move on to any other wins is, does anybody have any suggestions from Alan so that we can get that membership on the books if this truly is the right fit for that person? Any ideas? Language, wording.
I mean, is there another meeting scheduled?
There would be appropriate to be a call to action, wouldn't there?
Yes.
Well, I've sent her the link. I've asked her how I can help her get started. That's where I left it as of late last night.
Okay. Lulu.
well, so I always say, and I learned it on this call, forget who said it, but this is a show business, not a tell business. And I would take that a step further and say, okay, so you've got this in hand. It managed to get to you. Let's hop on a quick Zoom and let me show you how this works and the power of this platform and how it can help you.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to send her a calendar.
Send her just say, put yourself on my calendar. Let me show you how this works. You'll be,
awesome.
That works almost all the time.
Awesome. Ninette, I know you had your hand up.
Very briefly, the answer is I agree with you guys totally. At least pick up the phone and talk to her. But I love Lulu's idea of spending 30 minutes or so on Zoom or face to face and showing her how the system works.
Bingo.
Right, because she
Yeah.
got the finished product, but how did it get to her? That's where the magic is.
Right. Right.
Anybody else before I chime in? The other thing I would say, Alan, I saw Marie leaning forward. Were you going to chime in, Marie? Okay. The other thing I would say is, and this is me, this is not corporate, but this is Brenda, and this is how Brenda and Mike run our business. I want to let them know, because I happen to know, and no, I don't have any insider information, but how many of you have seen specials come and go with Mailbox Power and thought they would be around for a long time? Use that to your advantage. There is a 90-day special going on right now, and I have no idea how long it will last. I would love to get you in before it's gone. When can we get you started?
Beautiful.
Or something like, there's a 90-day special going on right now, but I actually have an additional special on top of it. And you'll have to decide what that is, Alan. But you built that card, so obviously you have some skills in the system and know how to work the system well. You could say, and everybody comes up with their own, if you have your own designs, you could say, if you sign up within the next 24 hours, I'll give you $200 worth of designs or $100 worth of designs, or I will give you, I normally
An
only give,
automation. Yeah.
yes, I will build your first automate. I will give you an hour of my time to build your first automation so that you are up and running. Something like that, that says, I'm only offering this right now, and it's only good for the next 24 to 48 hours or week. You know, I usually say 24 hours. Sometimes if I'm close to the end of the month and I'm trying to build up my business at the end of the month, I'll say, you have until, if there's 31 days, you have until the 30th, because the 31st, I'm going to be super busy because everybody's going to be calling me. And so if you'll do this now, when I have a little more time in my calendar, I'm going to give you extra. Something like that.
That's really good. And you're right about that. Like, we don't know when that special's going to end.
We don't.
Who knows?
And,
or if.
Yeah, or if. I mean, right now it looks like it'll be here for a long time, but if we're not using that special and we aren't using it to our advantage, they gave us this as a tool. It wasn't meant to be just give it to everybody and sign everybody up. It was supposed to be used as a leverage tool for your business. Not just, here's a link and you always give them the 90-day special. It's a way to have leverage in your business. And the guys were trying to give you something that allowed you to be able to do that and to be able to give an unbelievable offer. And every single one of you, even if you're not super proficient with the system, you all have been in long enough that you know how to build, I hope, maybe not, if you don't know how to build an automation or a card. I have plenty of YouTube videos out there, and there is the new class. Did everybody see the new onboarding class? That is amazing. I have not gone through the whole thing. But what I have gone through, I was like, wow. And we have the tools to help you and to help your customers. So if you're not fluent with the system to be able to say, hey, I'll give you an hour of my time to help you set up your birthday automation. I'm pretty sure everybody on here has a birthday automation running. What if you just set up a birthday and a holiday automation for them, and the holiday automation goes every single month, so that keeps them top of mind, and the birthday, and then go set up a thank you automation. If that's all you did in an hour, and that easily can be done in an hour, as long as you're using the automations that are in the system that use the image auto merges. I want you to think about when you first got started. How many hours did it take you to learn the system? Even for me, who came from another platform and has an IT background, it still took me time to learn the system.
Yeah.
So you can say to them, I want to give you a shortcut. You can learn how to do everything afterwards if you'd like to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, because the system will do it all for you. But I want to give you the wow, I just lost my words. My knowledge. Yeah, my support. So that you don't have to take weeks or months to get it set up and running.
I like that. Giving them a shortcut.
Yeah.
Give you the fast track to getting
The fast
started.
track. Yep. The fast track to client retention, the fast track to more clients in the door if they're trying to do client acquisition. The fast track to more referrals. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Any other ideas for Ellen before we move on to other wins?
So I'll just chime in. Words matter. Many of you have heard me say that many times. I'll just say it's a turn off to me when someone says, if you do this, in the next 24 hours, maybe that's just me personally, but you can create the urgency without saying it that way. You could say something like, I'll tell you what, my schedule gets really crazy beginning Wednesday, but today and tomorrow I've got some extra time, and I'd be more than willing to create an automation for you if you're able to sign up today or tomorrow. Won't be able to do it after Wednesday because of the schedule. So I mean, you have kind of more of a human aspect to it than, if you do it in 24 hours, I'll do this. If not, I won't.
I love it. See,
That's great.
This is why I love Marie and the rest of you on this call, because I learned from all of you. And Marie is great with words. She's a bank trainer, and she knows all the different personalities and how they need to be communicated with. And I am learning, but Mike says you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I know you can, but it just takes longer. So thank you for that, Marie. I appreciate it.
Can you say that again, Marie? After I've got today and tomorrow open, what was the next thing?
I probably can't say it the same way.
Well, I may, but similar.
Trying to just very conversationally say, I tell you what, my schedule gets really crazy starting Wednesday, but today and tomorrow, I've got a little time. I would be more than happy to create an automation for you if you're able to sign up, get your account, today or tomorrow. After that, I just won't be able to do that because of my schedule. Did that help, Terry?
Yes, thank you.
Alan, would you do us a favor? Because I know, I think it was somebody asked to see the front of the card. Would you put images in the affiliate group? And I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot right now, but if somebody wanted that to use, would you be willing to share it with them? You're muted.
Of course.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That looks good.
Yeah, it did look good. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. Well, I've done that occasionally, but I haven't, I'm looking at his card. I'm also thinking that that card could easily be made into a postcard. You wouldn't have as much information because you've got that inside, open up the fold, but that front looked very eye-catching that it might grab
Yeah.
somebody's attention even as a postcard. I don't know till I actually see it, but that was my first thought. So
How do we
too.
share, campaigns? Or whatever.
hold on one second. Let me make sure I'm logged in before I share my
I
screen.
thought it was a postcard when I saw it, so.
Yep, I did until he opened it
tell.
up. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I must have
Oh.
blinked at that time.
All right, so let me share my screen. There are training videos out there on how to do this also, but Irma, if you go to either saved projects or saved automations, and then I go right here under options, see where it says
Share
share project. So you can do it that way.
And then what do you need when you click
when
on
you-
share project?
You
What do
need their email and their name.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Their email, their Mailbox Power email, and their name. And oh, by the way, if somebody shares a project with you, especially if you help customers, make sure you are logged into your account before you click on the button that you get in the email. Otherwise, it will go into the other account. So if you have multiple accounts or you help your customers, make sure you are logged into your Mailbox Power account before you click on the accept in the email. And it's the same thing with the automations. If I go to saved automations and under configure, see where it says share? Now, if I try to share something, this one was shared with me. If I try to hit share, see, it tells me this project can't be shared because it was created by someone else. So it is locked. So if you share it with somebody, they can't turn around and share it with somebody else. You would have to go back to the person who shared it with you and get permission and have them share it. The
Gotcha.
other way to share projects or automations is to favorite them. So I could come down here and say add to favorites, and then I can choose a folder, and I'm not going to because I don't want to put that in a folder. But if I come over here to my favorite designs, and you can see I have lots of folders.
Oh,
I
never even used that.
So
Wow,
if you're going to
yeah.
share, I'm trying to find my
That way you can share a whole folder with people.
So here's Mike's and my essential touches. So I have built a folder that I share with customers, and they get all of these designs, and it doesn't cost them a dime. So if you have a designs that are yours, you could put them in a folder and call it a bonus folder. And then when somebody signs up from a meeting, from a class you did, from whatever, if you want to offer a bonus, again, Marie, with Marie's language, my schedule is pretty open the next couple of days, but then it's not. And I'd love to get you started. And I've already built a folder of my favorite birthday and holiday cards, or my favorite birthday and thank you. I'd love to just share that with you and get those installed in your account so you can start using them right away.
That's fantastic.
And the way you share a folder is if I go back. Now, the difference with sharing a folder is if I say share folder, if that person has the link to the folder, they can share that link with anybody, and that those people would have access to that design. So there's some pluses and minuses to both ways, depending on what you want to do. If I were to share this folder in the chat, then everybody could share that link with anybody they wanted, and everybody would have access to those designs. So what I usually do is I hit share, and I am with the customer in their account and I then accept it for them, I create this link. So if I say share folder, whoops, and copy. All right, come on. Come on, computer, copy. And then I say, okay, and I log out and I set their account up. So if I'm signed out, and let's make sure that I'm signed out on all before I do this. All right, so if I say Control V and I'm not logged in, it's asking me to log in. So if I'm in the other person's account, I never send this via email. I just use the browser window and bring it up and then add it to their account. And it's less likely that they're going to remember it and turn around and share it, unless they're an IT person and they understand how that works. Does that make sense, or did I just confuse everybody? Lulu?
Well, that was pretty confusing, but
Oh, actually, that makes sense to me, but I did want to clarify that it has to be designs that you've created. If they
Correct.
came from Mailbox Power, even if you edited them and changed them, they're still considered Mailbox Power, so they're not shareable.
Correct.
So just wanted to make sure that I was right about that, and
Yes.
just to clarify.
It is. They have to be yours, built from scratch.
Right.
It can't be a design you bought from the design store and then totally redesigned it. You wouldn't be able to share it.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, though. I didn't realize you could share the whole folder. And I'm
Yeah.
going to create my own folder, because I do give cards to people when they sign up, special customers. I
Yeah.
like the idea of having them all in one place and then sharing it.
Yeah.
So if within your folder you have one card that was a Mailbox Power design, it won't share over to anybody.
Correct.
Like, let's say I have 10 cards for, and I have a team and but the birthday card was came from Mailbox Power from way back.
Right.
What do you think?
With the exception of a few of them that were projects that were unlocked that might have been in the birthday master
Catalog.
class or that.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So, but yes, that's how Kelly Wheeler shares his designs. That's how others share their designs, is they've created a folder, and then, come on, and then have put that out there, out on Facebook or wherever. When they have a new customer, they might email it to them. But that's how people are sharing a lot of designs at once, because it can be tedious to do them one at a time. I used to do them one at a time. And then when they gave us the folder sharing option, it was like, oh, yeah, it became a lot easier. It's just, if you want to protect your designs, make sure you're the one that brings up the link, and don't just send it to them via email, because you want to protect your intellectual property. And so I just choose not to send it in an email, unless it's something that I truly don't care, that can be shared with everybody. Does that make sense?
Yep. Perfect sense.
So it's a great way to add bonuses to your clients.
Love that.
Neil.
If you share it, like say the folder, your personal, what do they call the links, where your first name, if that shares with the customer, so you created a card and you have first name and then your picture on the front page. When they receive it, will it automatically pick up theirs, or do they have to reconnect?
That's a really good question. Thank you for asking that, Neil. This is why you want to use the image auto merges and our merge fields. If the person who set it up has used, okay, let me see if one of these has it. Trying to find one of mine so that I can show you real quick. Maybe if the internet cooperates, it's spinning right now. I think we did that with this one, so I'm just double checking. Yep. Okay, so let me share my screen. So as long as the person has not put their actual information here. So if you had put Neil Stagner on the back and your email and your phone number, when you share it, it's going to have your information on the back. If you use the merge fields, and if you were to come over here and go to Mailbox Power and you use these image auto merge and you say you want your profile, whoa, way too big. But this is the way most designers work, is they will put the profile, copy, paste, move this over to the other side, and change it from profile photo to profile logo. Now you know they're the exact same size. And then if you share this, now whatever they put in their profile with their picture and their logo will show up on the back of the card. So if you want to share cards, make sure you're using our image auto merges and our mail merge, our mail merge fields.
And this is on the upper plan. I can't remember what it's called, but not the.
No, this is on everything, Neil. You have access to the image auto merge on both plans. You just don't have access to use the dynamic QR code. So the dynamic QR code is only available to executives. Everything else is on the pro membership.
Perfect. Thank
But
you.
if you put image auto merge on there, how do they put their, I guess I don't understand.
So Irma, right now, if I were to save this and return to save projects, and let's say I wanted to send that project, if I just say add to cart, it is going to go up here and it's going to find whatever photo I have here. Remember, it's a profile photo and profile logo. So as long as they put something here, the printing process will put that on there for them.
Oh.
That is why we came up with the image and the merge fields, so that we could design things that people could use without having to change them.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I see we're at the bottom of the hour. Any last minute questions or that? Did that, Irma?
So, I'm trying to get this insurance guy to get Mailbox Power, and he said, well, I have to get Blue Cross to approve everything. I said, well, we have whole groups of people who are in insurance. Any tips for me on that?
So give me a little bit of the conversation
So
that
I showed him the way to pull a list and all that stuff, and then I said you can even create your cards, and I showed him some of the cards Mailbox Power has, and he said we have to get everything approved.
You're absolutely right, they do.
Right.
Anybody that's in the financial and insurance, in most, unless they're truly independent, has to get approval.
Right.
Hey, you want to know what? It's super easy in our system to get approval, because all you do, once we have it built and you've got it the way you like it, we can do a screen print and send that over via email, let them approve it. And once they approve it, you have it in your records, and now we can just hit send.
Oh, okay.
Oh, tell me about screen print.
All right. I got like 2 minutes because
Okay.
we've got the grandkids. So let me show you.
I mean,
real quick.
I know how to do a like a snipping, and
yeah, that's exactly what you do.
Oh,
so
okay.
Just go here, and under editing, this is what I do. You got to be in the project.
Right.
And then you go to preview, because now you don't have the cut lines. and you can do a snippet, and
Okay.
it's called, if you go right here, if you're on Windows, it's snipping.
Yep.
There's the snipping tool.
You just gave it a fancy name. That's what is there an easier way than snipping?
There are, most PCs have a way to just do a screen print. And you just use screen print, whatever's on your screen. But I like to only grab the card. And then you just hit new.
Right.
And
I just copy and paste.
grab.
You hit control on your computer, Lily. You hit control, and up at the top it says, it may say PRTSC.
Yep.
That's for screenshot.
Yep.
And then it'll save it, and then you control V it to wherever you want. Then it's in your picture files.
Yep. And so I
Crop it. I have to crop it. I see where that's nice with the snippet. You don't have to crop it.
Exactly. So that's why I use the snipping tool, and it's free. It's part of Windows. I think it's part of Mac too. It might just be called something different. But then I just go grab the snipping tool and grab images of it, and then send it over to them, or they do it and send it to their compliance department for approval. I do that all. I mean, I have lots of insurance and mortgage and financial people, and I actually was a client contact specialist for a financial firm for a while, so I know what it takes to be compliant.
And if they used collateral that comes from their company and create a card or whatever, chances are much better that it's going to be approved. So that's what I tell them. Just get whatever collateral you want to put on it, and we'll create it, and then you'll, chances are good you'll be approved.
Are you talking about like their logo and things like that?
Yeah, whatever company puts out brochures and things like that, they can use that. That's what it's there for.
Okay.
Don't you think they're worried about the privacy situation with the addresses too? I've heard that. So Brenda, how do you get around that?
So Terry, I say to them, as long as all you're doing is having their first name, last name, and their address and their birthday, that is all public information. It is not private information as a client. And some will say, but if my clients are in there and somebody were to hack into the system, then they have my client list. And I say, not if you do what I teach you. And that is that you have all your family, your friends, and your circle of influence and everybody in there, so nobody knows who your client is. And if you want to be uber compliant, I don't know the right word, but if you want to be overly secure, then you pick your A clients. You don't say they're A clients. If you're a Broncos fan, you say Broncos. If I don't want to create any rivalries in sports, but like if Dallas or Pittsburgh or somebody else is like your rival team, that could be your C or your D clients. Like there are so many ways to get around putting A, B, and C clients. If somebody's concerned about that, you could give them crayon colors. Who the heck's going to know from a crayon color whether your top clients or your bottom clients?
And they can also integrate in some cases their CRM with Mailbox Power.
Correct. Some on the insurance side, yes. On the financial side, most of them cannot because of that. And we also do not share their data, Terry. So there is a privacy policy. We don't share. We don't sell their data. Even customer support needs your permission to get into your account to even see your stuff. So they don't need to be worried about that. That's the other thing, is they're afraid their customer data will be sold. Not with us.
I got to run, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you for your help.
Yep. Neil, real quick, and then I got to run.
Just how do I get in contact with you about, you were talking about before, consulting for setting up automations and so forth?
So my number is 719-331-1525.
Okay.
And my email is info@lifes, LIFES as in Sam, real currency, CURRENCY.com, or just reach out to me in Messenger on Facebook, Neil, and then we can get together on that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope you all have an amazing week. Yes, Lulu.
I was just going to remind Alan to please put that in the group, the card, or the way to
Yes.
share it.
I've
I
already
would love it.
I've shared to everybody that's asked, and I will snip a couple of photos and put it up there on the group too.
Great,
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. And thank you, Lulu, for filling in for us last week.
You're
I'm going
welcome.
to apologize in advance. I have not watched the replay yet, so I don't know how awesome you were. I just know you're awesome, so I know it was awesome.
Well, thank you.
But I will get to watching that. I thought about that this morning. I'm like, dang it, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So again, thanks for filling in for me. Chris, thanks for your support with my VA disability claim. And I hope you all have an amazing week. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday on the Mastermind call. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Brenda.
You're welcome.